Very simple, but you're going to need this. This is a 48-inch by 48-inch piece of 6 mil plastic.
6 mil?
6 mil. Heavy, fairly heavy plastic. Okay? And you're going to see once we get out there why this is important. This is going to be important for the fire pit and for a potty hole. Okay?
And a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah. This is one of those things that goes contrary to most women's thinking. You can never have enough guns. You can never have enough knives. You can never have enough flashlights. Okay?
And batteries.
Yeah, batteries to go in the flashlights. So I've got all sorts of knives, and when it comes to survival kind of stuff, it's okay. It's okay to have a folding knife. This is a very nice Gerber folding knife. It's got a really interesting shape. It's got serrations for, cutting branches or whatever. That's a nice knife. Fits in the pocket with it's got this little clip here, and I just slide it on my pocket, or you can put it on your belt. I also have my handy dandy NRA pocket knife with a locking blade. But when you're actually doing this kind of stuff that we're going to be talking about today, you need a knife that has what's called a single tang. In other words, this is not a folding knife at all. It's a solid piece of steel. If you look at this, you see the steel it's one continuous piece of steel all the way down to here, with the handle mounted on each side of that piece of steel. Okay.
Where'd you get that one?
I ordered these things online. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Amazon.
Mine's exactly like that. I got it.
Oh, is it?
Amazon.
And of course, this too has the serrations here for cutting. This has a bottle opener. It's kind of like a multi-tool use knife. Okay. You can use this to scale fish with.
I thought that was just all wood.
And well, you can saw wood with it.
Okay.
The scabbard is nice. The knife actually clicks into place, so it
Can't fall out.
doesn't slide out easily. You have to actually give it some pressure to make it come out. Okay.
Is that like a 6-inch or 8-inch? Do you just count the blade?
Yeah, it's the blade. That's about a 6-inch knife there. Okay. This is a folding saw, wood saw.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can use a knife like this. It's got serrations on it, but this obviously works much better.
Probably sharper.
Yes. And you got more teeth to work with. So speaking about saws, this is very handy here. Now you need to be very careful with this particular one. This blade is like razor sharp, but you've got on this one, you've got a saw, basically like the old timey wood saws that carpenters used to use on the back side of this machete. Okay, that's gonna come in very handy for doing these kinds of things. Oh. This is something that my wife bought me.
Oh, it's nice.
It's got a small little knife
Little steak knife.
with again with serrations,
Yeah.
and I think you should be able to like open a bottle with that or something. It's got a hole there for like threading things through. But remember Crocodile Dundee when he said that's not a knife? This is a knife.
Yes. Yes.
Now, I'm not saying you need something like that. This is more kind of a novelty than anything, but I wanted to
Rambo thought that was a good idea.
Come on, Andy.
This is a multi-tool. It's got a little hatchet here, got a hammer on the other side, and then when you take this loop off, you've got a pair of pliers, a cutter. There's cutting teeth in here at the base, and then all sorts of tools in here. You got a knife blade, a couple different kind of saw. That's a
So it's
saw
like
blade.
a multi-tool with a hammer and hatchet in it.
yeah.
That's a very good.
And that acts as a wrench on nuts, flat blade screwdriver, can opener, another type of saw blade here. That's a Phillips screwdriver there.
Wow.
Was that
Can
Phillips?
I take a
Yeah.
picture of it, Lily?
Yeah.
Oh, these are the ones you had last.
Yeah, I brought all this stuff, but I
Okay.
wanted to explain some things.
Okay, so I already have pictures.
This is okay. I don't know that I would buy this again. And the reason why I say that,
That's like mine, sort of.
The reason I say that is because a lot of hatchet action, if you're gonna use it like for chopping wood,
You'd stab yourself
is
on
in the weight of the head. And because this is all one piece of metal, you really have to put a lot of personal elbow grease behind this to try to cut anything with it. So it's really not
Not
as
as effective.
effective as what you would want if you're gonna try to chop wood. But I mean, it's something that I have, and I have used it. And of course, it's got this. Anything wrapped with paracord is always a good thing, because you never know what you might need that for. This is the main tool we're going to be using today. And I want to, maybe not necessarily this particular brand, but I want to recommend this style, okay? This is a trend, it doubles as several things. It's got, again, saw, blade. People love to put saw blades and bottle openers on stuff. So that's what you got on here. But this can be set up to either work as just a regular shovel, or you can turn it like this and use it as a pick. Okay? So, and it's got this screw down right here that locks it in place in whatever
What you put in.
configuration that you want.
Yeah, it won't do any good if you can't lock it in place. First time you hit the dirt, it flops over on you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we're gonna use this today.
Do you get that from Amazon also?
Yes, I did get that off of Amazon. This is made by Fobachi folding shovel.
Is there one particular location that you can go to on Amazon that would pull up these different types of things all in the
Well,
same
a lot of times, if you look for one of these things, then it will give you a list of
Yeah, what other
like,
people, yeah.
yeah, like items,
Mm-hmm.
and that's one way that I've found a lot of.
But
A lot
what
of
did you
things.
initially search under?
Just I'm
Survival
looking
tools?
specific. No, I'm looking. I usually look for something specific. I'll look for trench shovel,
Okay.
and then I'll look through all the different kinds that they've got. And I chose this one because of the fact that it could be converted into
Right.
a pick. Okay.
And Karen, under survival and camping on Amazon, they have a lot of this stuff. You just look up survival and
Yeah.
camping.
Well, I know where all my camping gear is, about 18 miles from me. My son, I hate to say it, but absconded it. Didn't ask, just took. But he's a hunter, so.
what we're gonna do today, you know, today we're gonna use this, but if you had to, you could do it with a knife. Okay, it's just not as easy. A knife and your hands as the scoop for the dirt. So with that, and oh, let me run down a couple other things here. Now this is not an absolute must, but it is handy to have. It is a hand chainsaw, and this actually uses a chainsaw blade. It's got two loops on the end, and you wrap it around, and you do this, okay,
Mhm.
to
Let's
saw
Wait a minute.
saw it in two, okay. I bought some cheap ones from China that they're supposed to do the same kind of thing, but rather than it being a chain, it's like a wire, braided wire. This is going to take you a lot longer to cut through something, and these have a tendency over time to break into. So this is just like a really cheap version of that if you had to have something and you didn't have that. And then, even though I'm going to teach you, I'm going to be showing you how to make a fire today without matches or a lighter, I did want to show you a couple lighters.
What do you make it with if you're not using it?
We'll get there.
Wait for the
I
video.
think it's those things you gave us.
What?
You gave us.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's on my steering wheel.
This is not a regular lighter. This is a torch lighter. Okay.
With propane?
Propane. So this is refillable with gas propane, and it's a torch. So it's better than the kind that just gives you a flame. Okay. This is even better.
I'm just impressed at all the stuff you have.
This is actually waterproof. You put this around your head so you hang on to it. Once you open it up, this one is actually a USB.
Oh.
It is plasma. This is a plasma lighter. Okay.
And so you, I mean, so you
As
can
how
light
long does
something
that
with
last?
Yes.
Wow.
So it's electronic. It can be recharged using a USB cable.
Really?
Wow.
Also, if you had one of those solar chargers, you could recharge.
Yeah, I just bought one. Well, I actually
Okay.
got two different
And when
kinds.
you
One is
close
solar,
this
they're not
lid
private.
and the latch, now that can go in the water and it won't affect it at all. It's totally
What is, you said it's a plasma.
plasma.
What is plasma?
A light.
Okay, with that going through there like it does, you put something in there to get flame.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you ever remember in days past they used to have a plasma ball? It was a glass ball, and you could put your hands on it, and the little
Yeah.
like purple lightning streaks would come out from a center post.
Yeah.
and-
Okay, I think I've seen pictures of it or something on television maybe.
Yeah. I don't know how to define plasma.
Electrical.
You say plasma,
Electrical
my
current?
first thought is blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But this in the electrical world,
Oh,
plasma is actually in the air
okay.
that we're.
Well, and did
Neutrons.
you see it when he opened it? It wasn't a flame, it was a light.
Yeah, he showed
It's-
it.
Right.
Yeah, it's
So
there.
the
An
light
arc is.
a plasma light, but that's what gives you the fire.
So anyway, those are handy to have. But if you don't have that, we're gonna be using something today called a flint steel, is what it's
Yeah,
called.
I want one of those.
I have one question about your